Grant, and Sean. Today on UMW's campus, students have gone around interviewing about the question of appropriate goals for youth and club sports.
In this first clip, we have a British bloke, Joe Calorie, talking about youth sports.
Joe?
Firstly, I interviewed Culpeper Youth Rugby Club and asked them a few questions about their goals. Their most important goal was development of not just youth players but the game in the local area. They wanted to see young players grow to be college level players as well as club level players for men's.
My name is Andres Cabrera, and
I'm Brady Stockard.
So Andreas, how old were you when you started playing your sport?
I was like 5 years old at summer camp. That's when I first started playing soccer, and I played local teams. When I started like a freshman year, I got into academy, and that's how I grew up from like being from like just like a normal soccer player to like becoming like trying to become a professional soccer player.
Right.
I was 6 years old when I first started playing soccer, and I've played all the way up until last year. Years starting off as a child, you kind of play for fun, and then you get to that certain age where you have to choose fun over development and trying to get better.
Right.
And I always chose development and trying to get better. And after that, I joined the club team and eventually started playing high school. And the difference between high school and club soccer is that they both have their equal amount of stress and kind of nervousness. High school has a more stress about because there's a bigger audience and obviously all your friends that are there watching. But club soccer has more of a stressful factor because of all the high class and skillful teams you're playing against.
Right. So Andres, how did the atmosphere around soccer for you affect the way you played or practiced or anything revolved around the sport?
Well, first of all, I would say it was like different from like high school soccer because like, have practice and then go back. So that took like a lot of time from doing homework and stuff like that, which was hard enough.
Right.
And then also like they also like kept like a nutrition and like we had to like go to lifting and stuff like that so we could like become better and like keep like progressing and stuff like that.
Sticking with college level sports, Grant interviewed Rachel and Nana about their roles on tennis, varsity, and club.
Hi, I'm Cooper, and I play varsity tennis at the University of Mary Washington. In case you couldn't tell by all my clothes, look like the poster child for UMW tennis today.
I'm Nana, and I play club tennis at the University of Mary Washington.
Okay, why did you guys decide to play on the level that you're at?
I played varsity tennis in high school, and I was like captain, but I knew coming into college I didn't want like a big responsibility with tennis. I still wanted to play, but I didn't want to make a big commitment to it because I wanted to try other things too. So that's why I chose to play at the club level, but travel just added that extra like competitiveness, which is not a lot, and yeah.
So I chose to play varsity tennis because I played tennis my whole life. I played competitive. I put in all these hours, all these practices. I gave up a lot in high school and in middle school and growing up to play tournaments every weekend. And so I knew that it needed to be going towards something. I didn't want to just play my whole life just to get to college and not play. It's a huge part of who I am. I was always an athlete. And so, plus I love to win. So I came here because I was like, oh, they've got a great team. It's a great winning record.
Do you guys still enjoy it?
Yeah, it's really fun. I haven't been going to practice lately because of like finals and studying and stuff, but when I can go, it's just fun to play with friends and just get that exercise too.
I do, most of the time, especially like big matches when we win, especially against teams that we're not supposed to win against. That's great. I mean, I do miss like sleep and like I remember what it's like to have friends, but I don't really know what that's like right now. It's a lot sometimes, and my grades definitely, I take less classes in the spring because my grades definitely take a hit. And most of the time I do. Yesterday was a tough loss, which sucks, but most of the time I do love it. It's just a lot of time dedication and a lot of pressure, and it's just a lot more than I always forget that it is when I get into the spring season.
And now we have Sean interviewing Victor on club ice hockey.
I'm here with Victor. Victor, what club sport do you play at Mary Wash?
I play ice hockey club.
And why do you play that sport?
I've just always loved playing. I've played it since I was little and found out they had a team here, so I decided to keep playing.
So who can play? Like who can play on the team here?
Anybody that signs up, anybody that's got pads and equipment and has the ability to skate.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for your time.
This therefore leads to the conclusion of which goal between winning, development and fun should be the most important for youth and club sports. We split this into 3 different categories: youth, middle and high school and college. And there were 3 different goals that we decided these sports should select. For youth sports, it should be development of players, their knowledge of the game, parents' knowledge of the game and an inclusion of the community. This would encourage younger players and more people to try and enjoy this sport. Fun is then the next most important for middle to high school players. This is what keeps people in the game and encourages younger players to join, whether it be siblings, neighbours or family friends. Winning then becomes important at a college level, but so does fun. This is due to the fact that players during high school decide that they want to perform at a higher level or want to perform at a more competitive level. This would be players such as Rachel, Roberto and myself in our respective sports, and then fun, people who'd like to play at club sports, such as Brady, Nana and Victor. Key to their as well as high intensity match days. Fun players. Fuck. Therefore, this leads to our. Why have I got my headphones on? Shit.
Sticking with. Wait, are you ready?
Yeah, it's going.
All right.
Wait, hold on.